Wouldn't it feel extremely reassuring to already know what's coming towards you, astrologically speaking, during the month of May? Imagine what it would feel like to know how to work with your natural cycles. Well, then you're absolutely going to love this video, because I am going to take you through all of the most important astrological transits during the month of May, so you can learn to effectively work with your cycles rather than against them. This apple and cinnamon tea, everything I dreamt that it would be. Let's get into it, my gorgeous soul. My goal with this astrological forecast is that by the end of watching this video, you have a clearer plan and can beat procrastination and understand precisely when to rest, when to work, when is a great time for love, and when's an amazing time for you to just focus on yourself. And by the way, send this forecast to anyone that you know loves astrology, any Taurus or Virgo. Trust me, they're gonna thank you for this. All right, my gorgeous soul, let's get into it. First, we've got the full moon in Scorpio on May 12th. In case you didn't know this, Scorpio is a fixed and very intense water sign. Scorpio is an iconic water sign known for its emotional depth, intensity, secrecy, and capacity for great transformations. A full moon in Scorpio often shines light on hidden emotional truths, psychological patterns, and areas in life where deep healing or release is needed. So the full moon in Scorpio is definitely going to highlight areas of your life in which you perhaps still need a little bit of journaling or healing work that can be done. And we've got unconscious games. All of my empaths, all of my people pleasers, those of you who are too kind for your own good, what unconscious games reveals about your full moon in Scorpio is that it's time for you to see ways in which you're being used, ways in which people are taking advantage of your kindness, especially if you're the type of person who gives so selflessly. The full moon in Scorpio is going to highlight to you any relationships where you have to be a little more conscious about the unconscious games that people are playing with you. People who are trying to encourage you to behave exactly the way they want you to behave because it serves them in some way, shape, or form. You know, that work colleague that you help out because they don't know what to do, but actually they really do, babe, and they just don't want to do it themselves, so they keep asking you and then praising you when you're done helping them because they know that will make you feel good. Perhaps that family member that always wants to borrow money or advice that they end up never returning in a favor whenever you need them. Poof, they're gone. Perhaps you're even dealing with a situationship. Perhaps you're even dealing with a situationship where you've got these rose-colored glasses. You think it's going to turn into something because the person you're dealing with keeps future faking. So they keep painting this picture of the beautiful future that you're going to have together, but you can see based on their actual actions that you're probably never going to get there. All of that is going to implode during the full moon in Scorpio on May 12th, okay? Everyone is going to be revealed for who they truly are. And what this does is that it actually provides you with a huge opportunity here in the jar of dreams, because then you get back to the drawing board and pick a path that is actually going to work out for you. Because as you're noticing, the full moon taking place on May 12th in Scorpio is going to reveal truths in its most intense manner, which brings you a huge opportunity for aligned change. So whenever truth is revealed, that's awesome, because that means that you can choose a different path that works better for you. So the full moon is going to bring this huge culmination, this spiritual enlightenment and aha moment. Write this down, and don't be surprised if your sleep is affected during May 12th because of the very intense energies of the full moon. Don't be surprised if you get a migraine. Get those ibuprofens and painkillers ready if you are the type of person who does not want to feel the pain, and make sure you're staying hydrated with your electrolytes. Make sure your dogs and cats are taken care of, because they won't sleep all night either, and they'll keep you awake all night. Next up, we've got the leap of faith, which is exactly what this full moon in Scorpio is going to trigger for you. It's going to trigger a huge leap of faith where you're done with getting ready to be successful. You're done with getting ready to take the next step. You are actually doing it. it. And if you're in a place in your life where you've been confused, you don't know what step to take forward, I've got a free manifestation training for those of you who want to start your own business and want to take your leaps of faith. You would love to learn how to use traditional business practices with modern manifestation techniques. It's called my Seed Circle training. And for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, so you've already got a business or you are a high-level exec, you've already found your path, I also have my Millionaire Muse training for you because these are two very different conversations. So I want to pick you up exactly where you're at on your journey. So the Millionaire Muse is a bit of an advanced training that I have to offer you. It's linked below in the description box. So the practical real-life guidance that I have for you for the full moon in Scorpio is, for one, to journal out your emotions in the most real, pure way. If you worry that someone might read your journal, then find a better hiding spot so you can actually be authentic when you're journaling. And anything that involves water, like taking a bath, going cold plunging, going to a place where there's a beach where you can actually be immersed in the water, will cleanse you of any unwanted energies and allow for this huge release energetically of the full moon to actually feel healing rather than stressful. All right, so next up, let's talk about a huge transit that's taking place. So Saturn is entering Aries on May 24th. Why this is such a huge astrological transit is because this is going to last till 2028. April 13th of 2028 to be precise. Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, and karma, and it's moving into Aries on May 24th, which is the sign of courage, new beginnings, and ambition. This marks the beginning of a brand new Saturn cycle that focuses on you finally coming to self-mastery, taking accountability, personal responsibility, and action-oriented leadership being the focus of this energy during the month of May. Why this is astrologically so incredibly significant is because Saturn takes 29.5 years to orbit the Zodiac. Therefore, its entry into Aries on May 24th marks a huge new chapter for all of us. So we are not only going to be feeling some shifts personally, but also on a global scale. What this calls for is personal accountability, especially with leadership figures and within politics. So we're most likely going to see some people being held accountable and them actually giving us the vibe like they've been wanting to be held accountable. They've been wanting to be caught, basically. Aries is super fiery, assertive, and bold, and Saturn here demands that we develop maturity through courage. So through taking ownership of our instincts and ambitions without being reckless. This is a time of identity shifting, but also self-discipline. So it's a great time for you to set long-term goals for your own personal development. And you might even feel that Saturn entering Aries on May 24th is making you far more impulsive and easily aggravated and angry. We are bound to see new political and social movements evolve and pop up during this time that are going to create a little bit of unrest. But this also enables for the opportunity for us to see just how much as a society we can actually stick together and stand up for what's right. Let's see what else pops up with Saturn entering Aries, shall we? So we have got it's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. During this period of time, you might feel extremely misunderstood by everyone around you. Like you're the only one who really gets the struggles that you've been through and what type of repercussions that your traumas have had and how challenging it has been to actually deal with these traumas. And being misunderstood is fine, my gorgeous soul. It's definitely a conversation that needs to be had where we're living in such a sensitive day and age where it seems like you're not allowed to be misunderstood by anyone. It seems like we are forcing people to pretend like they understand every single person's viewpoint and struggle when that's impossible. If you have not been through some of the struggles that I've been through, whether it's being bullied in school for living in a country where not many people look like me, whether it's building your own business as a young entrepreneurial woman, whether it's struggling to overcome writer's block because I've self-published 6 of my own books, whether it's creating a type of environment of friends and lovers who actually respect and care for you deeply. If you have never experienced those things from my viewpoint and my body, how can I expect you to deeply understand and feel for me, but also how can I deeply understand you in every single thing that you're telling me? Of course, we can have empathy for one another, but it's also okay to not be able to understand everything down to its core and to be misunderstood by some people down to your core, because your soul tribe, the right people who truly get you, will find you. You don't need a lot of people. You just need the right people around you. Honestly, I'm obsessed with the vibes of this sweet little safe space and chat that we've got on here. I think I'll also upload it as a podcast episode. I'll leave that linked in the description box too. So you can follow my podcast, so you can listen to it on Spotify and on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. I'm not sure, but I have set it all up for us. So next up, the new moon in Gemini is happening on May 26th. And Gemini, in case you didn't know, is an air sign who is amazing at storytelling and communication. Gemini is usually that friend that you want to invite to social gatherings. Gemini is cool, in tune. Gemini is well-traveled, adventurous, and whenever you're in a good place financially and spiritually, you are extremely giving and so fun to be around. But coming back to all signs, this is how the new moon in Gemini is going to affect every single one of us. Now, in case you did not know this, new moons are ideal for setting new intentions. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which governs communication and learning, and being ruled by Mercury means that short distance travel and being super flexible about last minute trips is what you're being asked to be open to during the month of May. Now, this new moon supports fresh starts in how you connect, think, speak, and share your ideas with those around you. And the key themes of the new moon in Gemini on May 26th are that new ideas are going to be born from that point onwards. You're going to be extremely curious. So this is a great time for you to finally launch your YouTube channel, your blog, your online course, or to actually participate in a speaking engagement, as this is a sign that brings out your natural communication abilities. So if there's a presentation you can make or a speaking engagement that you can participate in, and it falls around the time of May 26th, take it, because you will be supercharged to speak extremely well, and the stage fright, the fear of public speaking is going to be a lot more manageable than usual for you. Furthermore, this is also a great time for you to go to parties, to get social, because the new moon in Gemini supports an energy of honest and very thoughtful dialogue, so going deep rather than having shallow conversations, which you don't enjoy anyways. This is a good time to reconnect with your community, your peers, especially collaborating when it comes to creative projects that do involve money or a specific financial outcome. And a practical suggestion for you for the new moon in Gemini is to write out clear, specific intentions for how you want to improve your communication or pursue more of your intellectual passions. This could even be going back to school. It could be finishing that blog, finishing that book and actually publishing it. Maybe you also want to publish tarot or oracle decks. Perhaps you want to take a course that you've had your eye on for a very long time. This is a great moment for you to write down that goal, because people who write down their goals are scientifically proven to be far more effective at reaching them. Reflect on your thoughts and feelings that you have about your goals, and then go for them. No more waiting. No more allowing self-limiting beliefs to take over. This is a time time of action. Choose a more empowering perspective about who you are. So that means choosing empowering thoughts and people to keep around you during this new moon in Gemini, because trust me, it's going to make all the difference when it comes to your success and the action that you're taking. We've got divine timing. Trust in divine timing. Love arrives when it's meant to. If you're single and you're thinking, I wish love would arrive soon, May 26th is the most probable time for you to encounter someone new. Remember how we spoke about going out, networking, having a good time, communication being key in the sign of Gemini? Well, you have to communicate in order to meet someone new, right? So this is a time of new beginnings romantically, but also in a platonic sense. Connecting with new people overall is your greatest strength during this new moon in Gemini. Coming back to mid-May, you're actually going to love this astrological event and everything that I'm going to unravel for you. Jupiter squares the lunar nodes. Now, what does this mean? Well, the moon's nodes are deeply tied to your subconscious mind. So when Jupiter, the planet of expansion, optimism, and all of your belief system, forms a square to the north and south nodes, which represent your karmic past and evolutionary future, this aspect brings a turning point in your destiny, especially around what you believe to be possible. So on May 18th, you will most likely find yourself at a crossroad of staying the same or trying something completely new, something that is completely out of your comfort zone, but the potential benefits make this so enticing. It could be a new job, a business opportunity, being able to get a loan so you can actually start your own business or invest in that home, in that vehicle that you need in order to build your portfolio of assets. You're most likely going to be looking for confirmation from motivational content videos and perhaps even videos on my channel during May 18th, because you want to figure out what is an exaggerated sense of self-belief and where can you truly get to that next level professionally and financially for yourself especially. Now, these are 3 potential questions for you to reflect on to gain clarity on the best decision that you can make. And I highly recommend that you journal on these 3 prompts. So number 1, am I outgrowing an old belief system or spiritual perspective right now? Number 2, what inner truth have I been avoiding? And number 3, where am I being called to grow, intellectually, spiritually, or philosophically? If you can answer these 3 questions in a way that point to you taking that job opportunity, that investment opportunity, then you know it's probably the right turning point for you to invest in something completely new. And speaking of investing in something completely new and believing in yourself, if you do so on May 18th, you are doing so at the best possible time. This is the best possible time. Let me tell you why. Because Mercury enters Gemini on May 25th, which gives you mental sharpness, clarity, and also fresh thinking and the ability to learn new things. Mercury is the planet of thought and expression, and Mercury is returning home to Gemini on May 25th. Mercury rules Gemini and it also rules Virgo, so you will feel deeply affected if you have strong placements in one of those 2 signs. This is a very mentally active and sharp period for you, so you will be more curious, more open-minded, and you'll find yourself to be more quick-witted and open to taking action with picking up the phone, just calling someone, replying to emails very quickly. You will see yourself shifting from avoiding to doing and communicating. Next up, in Connect with Nature, what your guides and the universe wants you to know about this Mercury entering Gemini phase is that connecting with nature and disconnecting from your phone and your laptop is extremely important during this time. When's the last time you went for a walk in nature without your phone, without even listening to an educational podcast or a psychic reading or something that brought you calmness? When's the last time you were out in nature just with yourself, your own thoughts, and your own energy. Connect with nature during May 25th. Plan a little hiking excursion. Plan to be out and about, because what is going to happen during this time, I see that here within Tell It Like It Is, you will have some of your biggest ideas yet. Your biggest bolts of inspiration will come to you, and then you're just going to want to speak up and tell it like it is. You're going to want to tell the whole world about all of the aha moments and takeaways that you have been experiencing that came to you when you were walking in nature. When I go on nature walks, and I do this every single day here in Switzerland because the nature is so beautiful and clean and pure, I always have the best ideas come to me on my walks. And often I do have my phone with me because I like to be able to take notes, but I also often put my phone into airplane mode. I will download all of the podcasts I want to listen into if I want to listen into podcasts, or download the music I want to listen to, so that I've got it for the walk and I don't have emails from my team or from friends and family coming in that I maybe don't want to deal with in that very moment. And that is also a key point of the month of May. Take back your energy, tell it like it is when you need space and when you want to connect with your true nature. Your true nature might be that of someone who needs space, someone who is an introvert, someone who needs time to themselves. And if you have been undermining that by constantly being available for everyone, May is the month of reclaiming your energy for endless serendipity. For any of you who don't know what serendipity means, it's a very fun word, isn't it? Serendipity. It already sounds like what it means, which is unexpected goodness, positive surprises that are coming to you. That's how we're closing off your May astrological forecast. When used properly, you may use all of these astrological events and energies to your advantage. I want you to forget about the times in which you tried to make new habits stick, such as eating healthily, getting your 10K steps per day. You are now a new person, my gorgeous soul. You are going to wake up tomorrow morning and you're going to feel incredibly prepared for the month of May, especially if you took notes. If not, save this video to watch it later, to write down all of the key dates for this month, because as the year has already gone by so quickly, which is insane, isn't it, that we're already talking about May. The month of May in itself will go by in a blink of an eye, so make sure that you use this time we spent with one another and this divine guidance to your advantage. My gorgeous soul, if you loved this video and watched it all the way to the end, leave a rainbow emoji below in the comment section to let me and everyone else know. And if you're completely new here, I know a lot of you are new to this part of the internet, and I'm so excited to warmly welcome you into the fam. My name is Vanessa Somuayina. I hope that this video resonated with you, and I can't wait to catch you during an upcoming piece of content. Ich schicke euch ganz liebe Grüße aus Zürich und ich freue mich schon, dich im nächsten Video wiederzusehen. Bye guys!